Israeli military strikes have escalated despite the ceasefire, pushing the total death toll to nearly 73,000. Late last week, Prime Minister Netanyahu ordered the IDF to seize 70% of Gaza in complete violation of the ceasefire agreement. So, Secretary, the State Department must take the lead for the U.S. implementing the President's 20-point plan. What is the status of implementation? What progress should we expect to see in the next few weeks? What is your response to Prime Minister Netanyahu's directive?
You're talking on Gaza?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, well, because you started out talking about Iran. So let me just, first let me just say I disagree with...
I said in the meantime, the Trump administration seems to have forgotten about the crisis in Gaza.
No, no one's forgotten about it. I think luckily there's not active combat operations happening of the kind that we saw a few months ago, but it's still a challenge that we're going to work through. I just wanted to correct the record for a second. You said we had not achieved our stated aim, and I know you went through it in your opening statement.
No, if you don't mind, I have a limited time for questioning, Mr. Secretary.
No, but you gave a long introduction, and then you can answer some of these things.
No, well, I want to get to Gaza. I want to get to the 20-point plan, which is what my question is about implementing the 20-point plan. What is the status of implementation? What progress do we see in the next few weeks? What is your response to Prime Minister Netanyahu's directive?
Let me first start with the status. We are now at a phase where we should be having or want to have an international stabilization force that goes in and provides the security. This requires the demilitarization of Hamas, which right now they have not been willing to meet the conditions necessary. By the way, it's not just the United States that's complaining about it. Many of our partners in the region are pressuring Hamas to enter the demilitarization phase.
So there will be no progress with the 20-point plan unless there is a demilitarized Hamas.
Well, there are other elements of the 20-point plan that are ongoing. As an example, the plan for reconstruction and economic development and the donors that are coming forward to fund it, that continues to move forward and develop. It's just you can't implement it. No one's going to invest money in Hamas, in Gaza, until Hamas is demilitarized, because they know there's going to be another war.
These 20 points were to be moving, I would think, and moving along with various phases of implementation as we go along here. In terms of also humanitarian aid, it is all laid out, but as I said, there are only two that have been apparently implemented. No. That is with 72 hours of the hostages will be released. So Netanyahu's directive, IDF seize 70% of Gaza. Just your view, because I need to move on.
Yeah, our view of it is I think those comments he made last week in an appearance that he did somewhere, we have a plan. It doesn't call for that. And at the end of the day, we understand that what we want, and I think what the Israelis would ultimately want, is a Gaza that is governed by a non-Hamas.
So you have no opinion on the IDF seizing 70%?
Well, he made that statement, but that's not part of this plan. This plan doesn't call for that. What this plan calls for, and it's what we're committed to carrying out, is that
there has been no implementation of the plan.
Well, that the people of Gaza are governed by a technocratic Palestinian government, a Palestinian...
Please, Mr. Secretary.
No, but you're asking me questions. You're not letting me answer.
Yes, you are answering them. No, you're not answering them because you don't have answers.
But you don't let me finish.
At the same time, the Israeli government has ramped up its pursuit of a de facto annexation of the West Bank. Oslo Accords have been torn up. Demolition orders for Palestinian villages are on the rise. Incidents of settler violence have surged with no accountability, and the construction of settlements and outposts continues at a rapid speed. Mr. Secretary, do you believe that the situation in the West Bank is one that leads to greater cooperation between Israelis and Palestinians, or will create conditions for a two-state solution and promote Israel's two-state solution, in my view, will promote Israel's long-term?
As the President has stated clearly and repeatedly, he is not in favor of these changes or the changes in the status in the West Bank, that it potentially complicates our ability to work out the deal in Gaza as well. And the President's been consistent. He has said this multiple times, and we've shared that with our Israeli counterparts as well.